Hey guys, welcome back. Got a quick update on the lathe. Oil leak. Not a big deal, but let me show you what I got. I have the lid off right now, and I'm going to clean it up and reseal it. Over here on the lathe, on the headstock, you can see the gasket maker, the seal, where it was squished. And over here it looks pretty good. It has a nice squish to it. You can see right there, there's a little bit of a gap. So this must have been a low spot on either the lid, probably the lid. And that allowed a little oil to come through. Not a big deal, not enough to really cause much of a drip. But over here, this is the issue. Look at that. Here's the bead that I put on there, and look at absolutely no squish. Same thing all the way along this whole edge. And when you go to a higher gear, higher RPM that is, this guy right here likes to spin pretty quick, throws a bunch of oil up onto the lid, and then it oozes down the lid right over that seal and down, 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 and ultimately ending on the pan underneath. So, I mean, realistically, like, not a big deal. You lose maybe like an ounce of oil for every like 10 hours of work, but you know, I can do better. All right, so, everything smells good in here. Looks good. I have about 15, maybe 20 hours on this. Kind of cool to see that everything looks perfect. Now, as far as the gasket material goes, I would like to find something that doesn't stick quite as much as this gasket sealer. It took a little bit of prying. I had to kind of shimmy around a whole way with a little scraper and eventually kind of wedge it up with this stick right here. So I could kind of get the stick in, keep prying it up, and eventually I could pop it off. Now I would like it to come off a lot easier than that in the future, if for whatever reason I want to open it up. So I think I'm going to try to find some kind of material that has a lot of give, because if you remember, there was a big opening right here, and this whole edge is a prime spot for oil to splash to the ceiling and then slide off. So that is the challenge. And then again, there's really no squish right here. A little gap right here, a big gap right here. So I need something with a little bit of flexibility to kind of smush between the top and the headstock. I'm gonna go see what I got. All right, so I dug through everything, and I know this is kind of anticlimactic, but the best thing that I have is this silicone gasket maker. The advantage I have this time is that there is oil on both surfaces, so it shouldn't stick super hard, and I mean, it came off fine. So I think I'm gonna give this another shot, but now I know what spots I need to really lay it on heavy. Now, this would have been great to know ahead of time. I suppose if I had taken my time, set the top on there, and went with a flashlight, I could have really seen where those gaps were. But honestly, this is something that never even crossed my mind. I think we'll go with the big squeeze this time. So we'll cut right there. And just gonna not cut this so it falls in. I don't want to fish anything out. Oh, we gotta go bigger than that even. There we go. We'll go with a nice big opening. Okay, round two. All right, so one of those tubes is about 3 ounces. I used just a little bit more than 3 ounces on the whole top. And yes, I put it on very thick. Next, I'm going to set the top on and then just let it sit there under its own weight. I'm going to give it a day or two and then I will tighten it down after that. And all right, that went pretty good. It plopped on there. I didn't have to wiggle around too much to line it up. Just gonna go around with a flashlight and do a quick inspection. So on the front, you can see there's a lot of squeeze out. So that looks really good. I mean, actually, it looks it looks okay, but we're going for function. And now the place where it leaked, this is gonna be super hard to see on camera. But that looks very promising so far. That looks much better. We're gonna let this set up for 24 to 48 hours, tighten it down, and then I'm gonna put a few hours on it and I will let you know how it went. All right, it's been at least 3 days since I last put that seal on. It's actually probably closer to like 4 or 5 days. At the 48-hour mark, this was so thick it was still a little gooey. I did clamp down a little bit and a little bit squirted out, so I waited a few more days. There we go, the lid is on and tight. These locked on pretty good. Once they were snug, I could only go maybe a 1/16 to an 1/8 of a turn before they got real tough. I'm confident that there's a very good seal. All right, I got about 8 to 10 hours on the lathe now since the new seal, and let's take a look. No oil leaks on this side. If you remember before, there was a small one right in here. And then the main offender was over here. Nice and dry. Just my shiny paint right there. All right, now that's a wrap. The new gasket is doing exactly what it should. Turns out if you put it in the right spot and you use enough, it works. All right, thanks for checking out the video and see you next time.